Before you plant a single seed, before you build a raised bed, before you spend $1 on soil, you need to answer one question most beginners skip. Why do you garden?
Because if you don't answer that first, everything else gets confusing. And worse, you start copying someone else's garden instead of building your own. Most gardening advice starts with what to plant, when to plant, how deep to plant, and what fertilizer to use.
That's all useful, but it skips the first decision. And that's how beginners end up overbuilding, overbuying, and overplanting. Ask me how I know.
Your why determines how much space you need, how much time you'll invest, how much money you'll spend, and how serious the whole thing needs to become. Now, when I was a kid, gardening wasn't therapy. It was practical. We fished, we hunted, we canned, we grew food. That was the purpose. Food first, everything else second.
The garden helped feed the family. There was no aesthetic discussion, no companion planting philosophy. You planted what produced. Today, it's different. I don't garden because I have to. I garden because it resets me.
I have a high-stress job. Deadlines, responsibility, noise. The garden doesn't care about any of that. It responds to water, light, patience, and effort. That's it.
When I step outside early in the morning and pick tomatoes before the day starts, it changes the tone of the day. That's not about yield. That's about balance. I've come to realize, most people garden for one of 4 reasons. Sometimes it's more than one, but usually one reason is driving the bus.
First is food production. You want real food, control over what you eat, and a little more independence. Totally valid. Second, aesthetics. You want color, life, and something beautiful in your yard. Also valid. Third is experimentation. You like testing, tweaking, improving, and seeing what happens. I definitely fall into this one sometimes.
Fourth, therapy. You need quiet, you need something physical, you need something that grows slowly. This one doesn't get talked about enough.
If you don't define your why, you start borrowing everyone else's purpose. You watch a channel built around maximum yield and suddenly think you need 30 tomato plants. You see perfect cedar beds and decide your setup is not good enough.
Then someone says, never do this, and you abandon something that might actually work perfectly in your yard. Fantastic! Now the algorithm is designing your garden.
Without a defined purpose, you chase everyone else's. That leads to frustration, wasted money, and burnout.
I tend to over-engineer things. Bigger beds, more plants, smarter irrigation, Wi-Fi grow houses, because apparently I can't just have a hobby. I have to build infrastructure.
Some of that helped. Some of it was unnecessary. The problem was not the gear. The problem was that I had not clearly defined what I wanted the garden to do for me.
When I finally asked, why am I doing this? The answer was not maximize production.
The answer was enjoy the process, grow enough to share, spend time outside, and learn.
That changed everything. Could I grow more? Absolutely.
Could I optimize spacing, improve soil composition, and increase production? Well, sure.
But if the garden becomes another performance metric, it loses what makes it valuable.
This is not a competition. It's a practice.
This channel isn't going to pretend to have all the answers. That would be ridiculous, and frankly, the internet already has enough people doing that with alarming confidence.
What we're going to do is test ideas. I've learned a lot from other creators, including channels like Next Level Gardening and The Millennial Gardener. They garden in different climates, different styles, and with different goals. A lot of what I've implemented started with something I learned from channels like theirs.
But here's the key. Some of it works perfectly here, some of it works with adjustment, and some of it doesn't work at all in my environment. That's not a criticism, that's gardening.
Gardening is local, it's personal, it's climate specific.
So this channel is going to be honest experimentation. We'll test things, keep what works, and ditch what doesn't. No ego, no dogma, just trial and error. Sometimes more error than trial, but hey, sometimes we get a win. And realistically, we'll probably generate enough material for a pretty solid blooper reel, complete with a few bleeped out colorful metaphors when something goes sideways.
Because if you're not occasionally frustrated in the garden, you're probably not pushing yourself and you're definitely not trying hard enough.
So before you expand, before you build, before you buy 42 pepper plants because some guy on YouTube made it look easy, ask yourself one question. Why am I gardening?
Is it to feed your family? To relax? To experiment? To connect with the grandkids? To step away from a screen?
There's no wrong answer, but there's a wrong approach, and that's building without purpose.
The first year, I built an 8-foot bed, and I thought I was growing carrots.
Turns out, I was building a ritual. I was building a reset. And over time, I built something that grounds me.
Next episode, we're going to get practical again. We'll talk about how I start seeds early in a Denver climate, what works, what doesn't, and how I've refined it over the years.
Before we go there, answer the question, why do you garden? Stay curious, keep showing up, and don't overthink it. Let's get after it. See you in the garden.